Hey, it's Alex Vitkin here. Are you looking to freelance as an SEO expert and potentially build it out into an actual agency that offers SEO as a service to many clients at the same time? So why am I qualified to talk about this? So I just spent the last 11 years running the #1 online community for marketing agencies to learn how to scale and how to do lead generation. We also have the #1 lead generation software to do this. So maybe I know something about this as I helped over 700 agencies get started. So yes, if you master this, you can build a serious income as an SEO freelancer. And then if you got the drive, scale that into an agency, pulling in $50,000 a month or more by solving this massive problem for businesses, which is essentially lead generation. So 50K a month is 50 small retainers or 17 medium-sized retainers, and people take a year or two to get there usually, depending on existing skills. If you followed my content, especially the web developer to agency journey, you know I'm all about proven systems based on our existing agencies that I currently work with. So we're applying that same logical framework here, but fine-tuning it for the world of SEO. So you start by learning the basics. This isn't about becoming the world's most technically proficient SEO guru or whatever, who does everything himself. It's about understanding the components deeply enough to direct strategy and manage execution efficiently, whether by yourself initially or with a team later on. So systems. So it's about understanding the systems that you can build into an agency enough to be able to execute it very, very well. First up, the pillars. So what are these systems? This is your operational knowledge base. Initially, it's about understanding the basics. It's basically a bunch of components, and you need to understand the strategy of how to do SEO, whether by yourself initially or with a team later. First up, the pillars of SEO strategy and execution are this. So this is your operational knowledge base just for delivery. If you only follow Google's public guidelines, you'll get the basics. They don't really want you to do this per se. You'll likely be several steps behind what's truly effective in competitive markets because Google just wants you to make it easy for them to crawl. They don't want you to do like really hardcore SEO, link building and stuff like that as such. So Google tells you the what in a very basic way, but not the how and the why it works in the real world. So yes, you can read some of this stuff and understand it, although they're not like super active with explaining SEO, but your real learning comes from deconstructing what successful sites are doing from reputable industry sources and from testing. So what are some things you need to learn? Keyword research. #1, of course, if you're going to do SEO, it's more than just finding the words. It's understanding the user intent across the entire customer journey from initial problem awareness to final purchasing decision. So you're mapping business goals to search behavior. This is very important. If you don't understand that, please look it up because you have to get this. Right? I do this on YouTube as well. You have to get this to get results. Then you need content architecture, on-page optimization. This is about structuring a website and its contents in a way that is both user-friendly and search engine-friendly at the same time. So high-quality, authoritative content that answers user questions very thoroughly, and optimized title tags, logical internal linking, and ensuring a great user experience on the page. Then you need to do what's called authority building, so link building and digital PR. This is basically getting high quality relevant backlinks, and you need this. Like if you don't do this, this is the cornerstone of SEO or active SEO. The on-site stuff I would call passive SEO. So you need to understand the ethical and effective strategies to earn these by creating link-worthy content, strategic outreach, and building relationships, not just by spamming links. That in terms of technical SEO stuff, you don't need to be a coder, but you must understand the technical elements that impact SEO. So on-site optimization, basically. So site speed, mobile friendliness, crawlability, indexing, structured data. You need to be able to identify technical roadblocks and effectively communicate with developers if necessary. So then you need performance, measurement, and iteration. SEO is data-driven. You need to be comfortable with metrics, organic traffic trends, keyword ranking movements, conversion rates from organic traffic that are sent to their little pillars, little funnels per keyword or per category, and so on and so forth. So you're not just reporting numbers, you're deriving insights to refine strategy. It's like a feedback loop. So how do you learn this strategically? Start with the best free resources. Ahrefs, blog, MOZ, Search Engine Journal. They break down complex topics as well. For a structured approach, consider specialized SEO courses and programs. If you don't want to just read blogs and try to like interpret stuff, just follow a course for beginners or intermediates. And yes, my program at businessmentor.com focuses heavily on building the business side of things, so not technical stuff, and lead generation skills around services like SEO. So helping you go from technician to business owner. So crucially, your goal overall here is to learn enough to be able to be a smart manager of SEO processes. You need to understand what it looks like when it's done well. That way, later on, you can just hire people to do that, of course. You don't want to do technical work very long, if ever. So, and how to evaluate the work of freelancers when you're hiring them, basically, like you have to get this ASAP. Otherwise, you're going to be freelancing forever. In terms of tools, people love talking about tools, but in the beginning, you need Google Keyword Planner GA4, GSC. You can just Google what that means. Google Trends. This will give you a solid foundation just to get started. Then a bunch of these sites that I mentioned before for technical knowledge, they also offer tools as well. A lot of them for free. A really good one is SEMrush. I like SEMrush. That's for like deep keyword research and site audits and stuff like that. Then tools like Screaming Frog are essential for technical audits, so for like on-site stuff. A lot of SEO guys, they do like either on-site or not on-site, but ultimately you have to know both. Otherwise, what the hell are you doing? It's kind of almost useless to send links to a website that's not been optimized itself. So it's kind of a ridiculous idea. So how do you actually get businesses to trust you and pay you? Okay, because this is all great, but how do you actually get the juice? So we use a proven approach, but with a slight twist for SEO. So yes, you start with Upwork and Fiverr. They're active marketplaces where clients are looking for SEO help right now, so there's buy intent. You can look at them as like little search engines for these types of services as well. It's a good place to get initial traction. So create that killer SEO focused profile, highlight your strategic understanding, focus on the business outcomes you aim to achieve based on stuff you've done for clients already. So like sustainable traffic, better leads. By the way, check out my other videos, they're linked in the description, that explain how to write your profile, because I'm just telling you do a good one, but I'm not explaining how to do that. There's a separate video because this one is already long enough, but down there in the description, there's another video on how to actually write your profile and proposal. Then also, yeah, your proposals, they must be value driven because, for example, on Upwork, you do have a profile, but you're going to get most of your leads from sending proposals. And you need to offer specific tangible insights or a mini audit ASAP so people get value. To hit those significant revenue numbers like $50,000 a month and beyond, you need to think like an architect, building a robust SEO agency system or a set of systems. This means documented processes, a skilled team, even if it starts with trusted freelancers, and a CEO mindset. So here are my 7 things to focus on, okay? So the things you need to actually be able to build a business like this. So one is product market fit. So what to sell, who to sell it to, and where to sell it. It's very important. If you don't do this, it's a disaster. Then 2, authority-driven lead generation, so people kind of treat you with respect ASAP. If they just like, hey, you're just a freelancer, like, what? Give me your pitch. If they behave like this, they can go F themselves, you know? So authority-driven lead generation is very important. Then a consultative sales process and value proposition, so how to get, like, what to say on the call and then how to pitch your service properly so that the relationship is set up properly and people actually buy from you. And then you need a delivery system, which is hopefully not you just sitting there and doing random projects. Then you need also building your team, so hiring. Then also you need to project manage. If you don't project manage, you're not gonna keep your clients. And then you need automation, so like efficiency using tools in your business. So if you have these 7 things, you don't need everything right now, but if you have them, then you can build an agency. If they work together well, then you can build an agency. If you don't do them, it's always going to be freelancing. It's going to suck. It's going to limit how much money you make. In terms of pricing your SEO service, it's going to work with monthly retainers. That's kind of how SEO works. There's other pricing strategies, but monthly retainers is the standard for the industry. Sometimes there's a project-based price for a defined project, like comprehensive audit and that kind of thing. That's usually before you offer your real service. Maybe some people want an audit, but generally speaking, it's going to be just like a retainer, maybe a tiered package where people could choose their retainer based on how much they get. And that's pretty much it. Like, but you have to clearly articulate what the fees cover and what the scope is. Otherwise, people will harass you on like WhatsApp or Slack forever. So you don't want that. You want a good sales process and clear communication from day one so that you could actually focus on your business and not just like working for someone So yeah, the 50K a month SEO agency, yeah, it's absolutely achievable, but it's kind of a marathon. You're not gonna just like start business and no matter how much you try to force it, you're not gonna get to 50K in 3 months. With SEO is just like even the best guy in the world who would start with no leads, of course, wouldn't be able to do that. I don't think. Like I've worked with some of the best people in the world. Like it's not, you don't just get to 50K in 3 months, but in a year and a half, 2 years, it's entirely possible and totally achievable. So if you want a structured path, mentorship, and a community with agency owners who've already made it to build this kind of service and then a business, go to businessmeta.com. So we have a program designed specifically for you, and it's working really well. Like that's why I'm making a video about SEO. So if you have any questions about freelancing or building an agency for SEO, drop them in the comments. If you ask a smart question, you get a response. See you in the comments.